All right, sorry about that. Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, traders and investors. Good to see every one of you here. Sorry about the music just now. Forget to off it. Okay. All right. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments and also in the chat. As usual, today it is a Monday evening, 10:30 p.m., 18th of August, 2025. We are past half of August already, heading into September really soon. Okay. All right. So thank you, Adrian. Hello, Dave. Hello, Yuelam. Thank you so much for responding. Okay. Hadley, thank you so much. Last week I didn't do my live stream because last week was a Monday was a public holiday, at least for the schools. So I was away from the desk and such. Okay. So do you guys miss me? So did not do live stream for 1 week, okay? I think doesn't matter also. I think that got do, no do also doesn't matter to you guys, right? Okay, hello Vincent, hello Christopher, hello. Send to Denise, okay, Linton, okay, Edna, thank you so much. Okay, let me just kickstart this session really soon, okay? Let me share my screen right now. By the way, if you just join, okay, I would really appreciate if you can subscribe to my Facebook and also YouTube page as well. Okay, YHR7, what's up? Okay, so let me share my screen right now. Okay, let me just expand it. Okay, fantastic. So once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So a usual disclaimer first, whatever I share today, it is just for education purpose, not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. So please do your own due diligence. So if you are new to MarketWise Asia, if you haven't follow and subscribe and like our social media pages such as Facebook, YouTube, and the rest, okay, do subscribe, okay, via this link over there. Let me just post the link in the comments. Okay, so if you go to the link over here, you should be able to see this. Okay, if you're watching this on a desktop, okay, you can actually use a QR code and scan. I think it's something new. I didn't see it previously. Okay, Facebook, Telegram, YouTube, TikTok. Okay, all right. So it's all there. And if you want something that's more visual, another page lah. Okay, just do a quick one over there. These are some of our social media channels. Once again, do scan the QR code if you are watching this on a desktop, or can just capture screen share lah. Okay, later then you can just go and scan. All right. So once again, before I kickstart, just want to share with you that before I continue, so tomorrow, okay, tomorrow, I will be doing a discovery webinar. So this is unlock the secret patterns hidden in the market, 19th of August. That's tomorrow, okay, Tuesday, 8 p.m., okay, to 9:30 p.m., about 1.5 hours. Okay, so it will be a Zoom webinar. I'll share with you how to trade with precision using hidden market rhythm, find repeatable setup that the smart money doesn't really talk about, and how to turn chaos into clarity with predictive seasonal trends. Okay, so once again, I'll share the link in the comments over here. So it is sent directly to a Zoom webinar over here. Okay, so all I have to do is to your name, email, your country, your phone number, and good to go lah. Okay, all right. So the phone is mainly just for me to send SMS reminder if you're residing in Singapore. Okay, I won't spam you guys lah. Okay, and not only that, okay, I will actually share more on the options flow as case studies and as example as well. So nowadays, okay, I tend to combine options flow, okay, with seasonal trends as well, seasonality as well, okay, to enhance the probability of a winning trade. Okay, I believe that I can say that I don't see any educator in Singapore, okay, talking or sharing about options flow in Singapore context. Okay, for those who have been watching me, do you think I'm the only one in Singapore? If you think so, just type yes. If you see anybody else, okay, let me know who are the educator. I believe, I don't think so. Okay, I think I'm the only one. Maybe I'm more, yes. Okay, but Singaporean, I don't think so. Okay, so there'll be more case study example. But if you are a SVI member, you don't have to register lah. Okay, you don't have to register because you already know already. Okay, so before I kickstart this session, Okay, the economic data for this week. Hello, LW, Wylam. Okay, Mary, good to see you. Okay, so the economic data for this week. Okay, it is from Forex Factory as well here. So this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, not much news. So tonight there's nothing. Come on Thursday. Okay, Thursday. Actually on the 22nd of August, it is actually the Fed symposium. Okay, the Fed symposium. So it could move the market. It could move the market. Okay, I think the market, it is actually awaiting what the Jerome Powell is going to speak during the Fed symposium over there. And of course, Thursday, that's Wednesday after past midnight Singapore time, 2 a.m. Thursday, there's some FOMC meeting minutes. Okay, unemployment claim, okay, manufacturing PMI, services PMI, etc. Okay, Friday you start to speak already, but Saturday is 23rd. Okay, so this the Jackson Hole. So these 2 days will be quite significant. Okay, I think the market is trying to get a hint how the Fed it is going to reduce the interest rate. Is it by 25 basis point or is it by 50 basis point? 50 basis points means 0.5%. Or there's a chance that they might not cut at all. Okay, so later I'll go through with that. Okay, all right. So this is for the economic data for this week over there. So this one, yeah, to cut or not to cut. Okay, I'll just go into my screen share right now. So this is the presentation deck. So as usual, I will do a macro update about the market, and after that, I will go into the so-called the technical aspect, looking at the charts, okay, and such. All right. So this is tonight, 18th of Feb. So today, the macro updates will be more focusing on the Fed, okay, the inflation and the market positioning. Okay. All right. So like I mentioned, okay, this coming Thursday, Saturday, this coming Friday, Saturday will be more on the Jackson Hole Symposium, the Fed Symposium. Normally I call it the Fed Symposium. Okay, so awaiting Jerome Powell to speak. Okay, so there is a lot of so-called, how to say, pressure on Powell to actually cut interest rate. So those people in favor of cutting the interest rate, saying that there's a labor market weakness. Okay, this has been the lowest 3 months drop gain since the COVID time. Okay, since 2020. Okay, and then they said that inflation, even though it is not going a lot higher, but it is also not coming down. So there's a mixed inflation, persistent. Okay, but manageable pressure and policy. Okay, currently by default, okay, we are still in progress to 2 rate cuts this year. Okay, by right, it should be in September, which is coming up the next Fed meeting in September. Okay, but it is whether they want to cut by how much. Okay, all right. So the Fed tone is shifting towards a cautious rate cut over there. So as I mentioned inside this, the description, right? In fact, the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stoked speculation by calling half a point, okay, Fed cut in September. But I don't think Jerome Powell will actually cut by 0.5%. Okay, all right. So July inflation, I think just happened last week. Last week I didn't do my live stream. So the typical headline CPI, the usual CPI that you see on the screen, okay, by the media, it is the CPI. So it is 2.7%. I think 0.1% lower than the forecasted rate. Okay, so nothing much change. Okay, the core CPI actually increased a little bit. Okay, so highest since February. Okay, so they are saying that the some of the so-called inflation, it is caused by the services, okay, that caused the upside into the core CPI. Okay, some of the FS, medical service, auto repair. Okay, so the services CPI is up 0.4, okay, percent month on month, and the good prices rose 0.22%. So in short, meaning that okay, the core CPI rose a little bit, okay. So and PPI also, there's also concern that the inflation for PPI at the fastest pace in the past 3 years. But people are talking about the tariff, so-called pass down the tariff cost to the consumer. But so far, it is still pretty okay. I think the consumer still don't feel the impact for now. Okay, so this is taken the data from, I think, from some various sources over there. The headline CPI, okay, it is the lower one at 2.7. The core CPI has been about 3.1, always a bit higher than the CPI. So thereabout lah. Okay, so as usual, the Fed, okay, the target for the CPI, it is actually 2%. Okay, everything clear so far. I think I've been repeating this for many times already. So if you understand what I'm trying to say about this, okay, target it is 2. Okay, just type number 2 in the comments. Okay, all right. So before I continue over there, okay, so the case for a September cut. Okay, so like I mentioned, right, there's some dissenting votes from the Governor Bowman and Waller, and also the I kept forgetting his name. It is actually Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. So they are asking for a higher rate cut. Okay, so what they say, that recent data, softer inflation. Okay, and the market odds. Okay, there's a 85% chance. Okay, of a September cut. Actually, to me, it's like most likely is a 0.25% cut. So if you actually take a look at the this is the, where is it? The Fed Watch tool, okay, from CME Group over there. All right, so 85% chance over there. Okay, 17th of September. All right, so you cut 0.25%. So you can see that previously was 425, okay, to become 4%. So that is a 0.25%. So previously, actually past 1 week was 85%. Okay, the past 1 week was 85%. I think it's a bit too small for you. Okay, but today is also 85%. Okay, 1 month ago it was only about 56%. So as we approaches September, okay, I think this number will just be going higher. Okay, I don't think Jerome Powell will not cut, okay, because the market, it is already expecting a rate cut already. Okay, so if Jerome Powell doesn't cut, okay, that might cause the market to have a knee-jerk reaction, to might have a sell-off. Okay, that doesn't mean that is a bad thing. Okay, you need to understand. Remember, I say a lot of times. Okay, based on seasonal trend. Okay, seasonality. Okay, September typically tends to be a weaker month as well. But like previously, I say a weaker month. Okay, doesn't mean that the market it is going to have a steep correction and such. Okay, I don't know about you. I think I've been saying that. I think since the before August. Okay, before August, late July. Do you remember what I said about the correction in August and September? Anybody can remember or not? What did I say? The potential correction, okay, in August and September. Anybody know what I said or not? Okay, can remember? Okay, I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say, but I'll just tell you the answer. Okay, before coming into August, September, I know pre-election year. Okay, pre-election year. Let me just show you this. Okay, the SBI Alpha, the seasonal trend. I don't mind sharing with you just the post-election thing. Okay, so previously I said that, based on post-election year seasonal trend, August and September tends to be a weaker month. Okay, but just before heading into August, I mentioned that even though it could be a weaker month, I don't think we'll see a very steep correction in these 2 months. Okay, do you remember I said this or not? I said that I don't anticipate a steep correction, which means that those 10% kind of correction in August and in September. Do you remember? If you remember, okay, just type yes. Okay, if you don't remember, just type no. Okay, even for my SEI members, I keep repeating for the past 2 to 3 weeks already. But having said that, okay, no steep correction doesn't mean that the market is easy to trade. It can be choppy. Okay, it can be choppy. But you can see that the S&P 500 cash index, okay, at the start of August, at the very start of August, 31st July, 1st of August, there was a correction. Okay, 2 days of down day. Then people were actually kind of expecting, the market is going to have a kind of a steep correction coming into August. September is a weak month. But I said that it is because I read into the options flow as well. Okay, the options flow, okay, they were not exceptionally, okay, bearish. Okay, they were more like hedging, not downright bearish. Okay, not downright bearish. Okay, so that's what I see. So again, I can also see, okay, not a lot. I mean, that on my social media, I only so far I see one guru. Okay, he always say that, you know, bracing for a sell off, bracing for a sell off, bracing for a sell off soon. Okay, my view, no change at all. Okay, August, September could be a weaker month. Again, I say again, I keep repeating. Okay, don't put words into my mouth. Say, Alex, you think there's a correction? Yes, but it could be a choppy month. But coming into the fourth quarter, okay, which means that October onwards, okay, I still think that the market will continue to go higher. Again, this is based on the options flow. The smart money, okay, are in fact pretty bullish so far. Okay, I don't see outright bearish heading into quarter four. Some are even positioning into, you know, the end of the year, that kind of thing. But as I say, okay, I am not God. I don't know what will happen into 2026. Okay, let's don't see so far ahead. But heading towards the end of the year, I think it is okay lah. Okay, so Adrian is saying that a lot of analysts predict a big sell-off in September. So what should we do? Okay, so in fact, personally, I mentioned to my SVM members that, okay, actually I foresee some weaker month in September potentially. Okay, but again, that doesn't mean that it is going to be a big sell-off. So for me, okay, I have no idea what the market is going to do. Okay, right? I personally, for me, okay, I have both long and short as well. So once again, my goal, okay, is not to make a lot of money. Okay, all right, on my trading. Okay, like 一夜暴富. Okay, one night suddenly become very rich, or like crypto. Okay, suddenly become 200-300% kind of thing. It is to grow at a consistent basis, and okay, I'll be happy if I don't lose money. Okay, which means that, okay, it is okay, okay, if I don't profit a lot, as long as I don't lose money. So I'm more of a August, September, I have some longs, I have some short. It's more like hedging. So, you know, if some of my longs, okay, doesn't work out well, the market head into correction, okay, my shorts will make money. Okay, but once again, I mentioned, okay, if I don't want to be all shorts, okay, because overall the market, it is in an uptrend. Okay, shorting in an uptrend, it is actually quite difficult, not easy. So you always get stop out, you always lose one. So having said that, okay, there could be a weaker month in September, so I will actually have some shorts. Okay, all right. So yeah. So if my short work out, then of course most likely my longs might not work out also. So all in all, it is kind of hedging. Okay, so as long as I don't lose too much money, or I just lose a little bit, okay, I think it's okay. Okay, then my goal is to position myself, okay, into quarter four. When the good months are coming, we need to position ourselves. Okay, all right. So I think I'm getting ahead too far of myself here into the technical chart trading. Okay, let me go back to this. Okay, so the case for the September rate cut. So I've talked about the odds over there, 85% chance right now. So like I mentioned, this coming Friday, the Jackson Hole setting the stage as Saturday. Okay, Jerome Powell expected to signal the Fed's easing bias, laying the groundwork for potential pivot. So again, people are just expecting whether it is going to be a 25% basis cut or 50 basis point cut. But again, there could be a chance, a minute chance that he said that there's no cut. Then the market will have a knee-jerk reaction to maybe a more steeper correction. Okay, so of course, you know, the summer hiring slowed down. This is the change in the non-farm payroll based on the 3 months average. You can see that the hiring, it is slowing down. The non-farm payroll is coming down. So not people are on the new payroll. Okay, basically new jobs lah. Okay, so it's coming down. So that will trigger the policy rethink. They want to actually so-called have more bullets, okay, to increase the rate cut and such. Okay, all right. So you see, in fact, for the Singapore, our Prime Minister, PM Lawrence Wong, okay, also I mean they're trying to boost the job market. Okay, very recently, I think if you have been reading the news, it seems like the Singapore, okay, the graduates are having a hard time, okay, getting new job now. Okay, how many of here in the audience here you have, you know, children, daughter and sons, okay, just graduated from the university, and they say that they are having a hard time, okay, getting a new job, that kind of thing. Okay, if there is, okay, just let me know. You can just type yes, okay, in the comments. Okay, based on the data, it says that the graduates are not getting the jobs that they had hard time finding the jobs that they wanted. Okay, and now they actually during the National Day rally, PM Wong actually announced the traineeship. Okay, basically, the government will subsidize the company and such to have a traineeship and such. And it says that, okay, it will scale up the traineeship, okay, if the economy worsen. Okay, you guys hear about that, or actually read the summary about that. So that it could be some hint, okay, to the market, okay, to the Singapore people that our economy might worsen, okay, next year also. But having said that, okay, like I mentioned, okay, the stock market is not equivalent to the economy, okay. All right, so the stock market, it is always leading the economy. So if the stock market start to come down a lot by next year, then we can see that most likely, the economy will follow suit. So typically, the stock market will lead the economy. Okay, so this is the based on the insurance versus reactive cut over there. So we can see, okay, right now, if the Fed, it is actually cutting the interest rate, okay, starting to cut the interest rate, okay, it is more viewed as an insurance. Okay, the market, the economy, it is still okay, but to prevent the economy from getting worse, the Fed decides to cut the interest rate. This is more of an insurance cut. Okay, versus, okay, reactive cut is like during the dot-com bubble or dot-com crisis, and also the 2008 financial crisis. That is the recession cut. Okay, it is not, it's really very bad already. So they cut that kind of thing. So in fact, for during the insurance cuts, right, okay, 1995, 1998, 2019, okay, it is actually bullish for equities. Okay, when it is the actual recession cut, when it's a bit too late, okay, that they start to cut, okay, then the market actually have a weaker return. So in today's content, in today's context, okay, the setup resembles the insurance cut scenario, seeing that the market has a softening jobs data, okay, but still healthy GDP and profit. So the Fed, it is like trying to slowly cut the interest rate. Okay, so based on the so-called the interest rate cutting, what are some of the things, okay, that could benefit if the interest rate starts to cut? Okay, so like the cyclical one, okay, they are pretty so-called affected by the interest rate. Okay, home builders, real estate, banks, of course, they are depending on the interest rate. That could boost their returns. Okay, all right. So the sectors wise, okay, consumer discretionary, okay, people will spend more and such. Okay, financial, healthcare, it is because it recently, okay, the healthcare health sectors, okay, it is has been selling. I mean that it is at a very low over there. In fact, I'm sure for those who have been following the market, you should know that, I think last weekend, Berkshire Hathaway, okay, or rather you can say that Warren Buffett bought into United Health. Okay, he deemed it as undervalued. So it's more of a valuation play. So asset classes wise, okay, if the Fed really cut interest rate in times to come, okay, the mid cap, small caps, okay, might present opportunities there. Okay, the emerging market, okay, for example, if you're talking about the ETF wise, like the EEM, emerging markets, okay, that could present opportunities as well if the USD weakens. Okay, so market rotation, okay, the red cards are bets fewer gains, gains into the lagging sector like the small cap. Okay, so the big cap wise, the small caps are more reactive to interest rate cuts. Okay, the rest is like S&P, S&P, okay, not so much for the value and the Magnificent Seven. So the potential lies in the small cap and the mid caps as well. Okay, bond strategy wise, okay, short terms wise, okay, attractive EU as the Fed cuts loom over there. Okay, so it is still okay lah. 10-year outlook, it is still within 4 to 4.5%, possibly lower in 2026. Okay, that is taken from the analysts lah. But other than that, okay, But okay, I want to share something with you. Later I will go through looking at the options flow, okay, in the bonds market, TLT, it is actually not so bullish for now. Okay, I'm not sure how you pan out, but looking at the options flow, it doesn't seem that the smart money thinks that the bond prices will actually go up. I don't know whether it's their position against the Jackson Hole Symposium or what, which means that if they are bearish on the bond prices, okay, all right. If bond prices, okay, is bearish, which means that bond prices is not going higher, then okay, how do I say that? If bond prices are coming down, which means that interest rates are going higher. Okay, if bond prices are going up, okay, the interest rate are coming down. So in this case, okay, the bond prices, they are actually not that bullish, meaning that okay, they are bearish on that. So which means that they don't think that there is a lot of upside on the bonds market. Okay, so it's a bit difficult to trade the bonds if you're looking to trade the bonds market for now. Not that clear cut. Okay, so key takeaway over there. Okay, the Fed pivot, it is likely September. Okay, I think it's late September. So most likely, 25 basis point. There's a 0.25% cut. Okay, if they do really cut the first cut in many months. Okay, all right, the market rotation. Okay, so that would actually benefit the small cap and the mid cap as well. In terms of other so-called sectors, okay, it will favor the cyclical, okay, the mid cap, small cap, and also the longer term bonds. But as I mentioned, longer term bonds, I'm a bit skeptical for now. Okay, so I've reached the end of my so-called this presentation for the macro side of things. So for those who just joined me, if you find my information okay, some value, okay, if you like what I share so far, or at least give me some support, give me some like and share. Okay, right now there are more than about 120 people in the room combining on YouTube and Facebook, but there's only 11 likes on my Facebook. So please give me some likes and share. So if you're just watching this, who just come on board here, to subscribe to my Facebook, okay, Facebook page, and also the YouTube channel as well. So once again, before I continue, okay, so this is the link over there. Follow us over here. Subscribe to our Telegram channel as well. Okay, and just to let you know here, okay, just like I mentioned already, tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow, 19th of August, okay, Tuesday. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, I will have a Zoom webinar session where I will share with you how to unlock the secret patterns hidden in the market. So I'll share with you more of the seasonal trend, how to use seasonal trend to trade with precision, okay, using the hidden market rhythm that's using the seasonal, okay. On top of that, I mentioned I'll cover, okay, the options flow as well as more case study, more examples as well, okay. All right, how to turn chaos into clarity. So this is the link over there. I will post the link in the comments here, okay. So this is the webinar. So this is the Zoom webinar. So once you see that, just fill out your name, your details, and you are good to go. So later I'll also cover more on the options flow example. Who are interested to know that, okay? In fact, for me, okay, at least I caught a few there. I also posted in the SVI Alpha group. So, okay, who are interested to know? If you're interested to know, just type yes in the comments, okay? Or yeah, just type yes if you wanted to know there. Okay, so let's head into the chart over here. So like I mentioned today, okay, is a bit flat right now. It's a bit flat right now. So S&P, the gamma flip level. Hey, Vincent, you just joined the SVI recently, right? If I'm not mistaken, I recall. I think this name sounds familiar to me. Is it you, the Vincent? Okay, all right. If yes, just type yes lah, so that I know lah. Okay, all right, yeah. So okay, thanks so much. So Vincent, so if you has any issue, remember to so-called drop me a chat, okay, in the SVI of our group, or you can drop me an email. Go through all the start here, the videos, okay, the masterclass video and such lah, okay. And of course, I believe you already joined the SVI Alpha group. So any question, do ask me, okay. After tomorrow's session, most likely, I think I will conduct a webinar for the SBI members. I think it's been a while since I do a live webinar with my current members. Okay. All right. So the zero gamma level flip, it is at about 6.4K, 6,400 level. Okay. So no change. So if you go to the spot gamma level, they're about 6,004. Nowadays they change it. Okay. Previously, they have some numbers over there. So right now, it's a bit more difficult to read, but it is about 6,004. Okay, it is about 6,004 over here. Okay, so if the market can stay above 6,004, then all is good. Okay, if price really do break below 6,004 at this point, okay, in time, okay, then there could be more sell-off and such. Okay, and as I mentioned already, okay, August, September, I am not anticipating a very steep correction. But you can see that August, when it is historically very weak, it is actually very strong in August. So I am not surprised if heading into September over here, the market might have some weakness. Okay, so do anticipate that if there's some weakness, again, okay, weakness doesn't mean that it's going to crash a lot. Okay, so don't always think of the market is going to crash or market crashing. Okay, like Robert Kiyosaki and such. Okay, I don't think so. Okay, even though there's a minute possibility, but for this year, I don't think so. But market could be choppy. One day up, one day down, 2 days up, 2 days down, the kind of thing. So it can be still difficult to trade. Okay, so we can see over there. So this Nasdaq, okay, it is a slightly weaker one, so has been coming down already. Okay, so the Russell 2000 also coming down. Okay, and if you take a look at the DP gallery chart from stockcharts.com, in fact, I told my members today also. Okay, you can see over here the market breadth, the number of stocks above their 20-day, 50-day, 200-day MA over there. You can see that. Okay, as of now, okay, the good news is, okay, the market, it is not actually, in fact, not overheated. Okay, not overheated. It's nowhere near the top, like 80%, 90%, kind of thing. But having said that, okay, in other contexts, you can say that there is a bearish divergence. So, which means that the big cap, it is actually holding the market well. So while the market, it is actually going higher, okay, this is a zoom up chart from here. This is a zoom up chart from here. So you can see that the market, it is making a higher high, okay. It is actually, the breadth is actually making a lower high. Okay, so lesser stocks are above their 20-day MA. So once again, it is the same for the number of stocks above the 50-day MA. So once again, while the market is making a higher high, okay, the percentage of stocks above the 50-day MA, it is making a lower high. So all in all, you can see that there is a bearish divergence. Okay, which means that, you know, many of these mid cap or smaller cap stocks, okay, are actually not that bullish. It is in fact coming down. Okay, so eventually, okay, if the big cap did not hold on to the market well enough, it will also come down. Okay, but again, having said that, I keep repeating, really. Having said that, okay, it doesn't mean that the market will drop a lot. Okay, I still don't think so that the market will drop like 10%, that kind of thing for now. For now, a 5% drop, I think that is possible. Okay, so do prepare for that as well. Okay, everything clear so far? If clear, okay, clear, just type letter C. Okay, change. Okay, to put letter Y, just change. Type letter C. Okay. And okay, but okay, there's also some disclaimer over there. You see that actually the sentiment, it is quite unusual. Okay, while the market, it is actually going higher, while the market, hey Koi, okay, long time no see also. While the market, it is actually going higher, the bearish sentiment is quite unusual. Okay, there is quite a bit of bearish sentiment over there. More than 40% are bearish based on this AAII investor sentiment over there. Okay, typically, okay, when it hit 40%, it is actually quite bearish already. Okay, so right now it's 46%, close to 50%. So it could be a contrarian indicator also. So like many people are actually very bearish. If that's the case, okay, the market will not do what they wanted to see, which means that the market might not come down. Okay, all right, and continue to so-called range, consolidate, and not going down a lot, okay, and then continue to go higher. So that's another possible case. So like I said, okay, it is not the easiest to trade out there, okay. So just need to be careful. So our stock selection and such need to be a little bit more selective. So equities might not have that lot of chances. And for me personally, I think you have to depend on the options flow quite a bit, okay. All right. Simply because we follow what the smart money is actually doing. So I think right now I'll just go through some of the options flow so-called case studies. Okay, you guys interested to see, you know or not? Okay. Right, for example, over there, okay, this UNH, I believe most of you should know. You can see that UNH continue to go higher simply because, okay, I think over here, over the weekend, okay, the Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett announced that I think they bought into 1.5 billion stake into UNH over there. So in fact, I told my members over here, okay, in fact, I posted this on my personal Facebook group, Facebook page lah, okay, Facebook, okay, just before, way before that, okay, in fact, on the 11th of August, that somewhere around here, okay, around this period, I see a lot of option flow. Just I was busy, was preparing some of my webinars and such. So I didn't really dive deeper into the United Health options flow, but I did notice about this United Health. Okay, most likely, okay, in fact, not most likely, they were actually bullish options flow. So most likely, okay, the smart money have already positioned well into UNH already. Okay, as I mentioned into my SEI member, right? So inside the Alpha group chat over there, so this was the options flow over here. So you can see over here, like I didn't catch UNH over there, but I did catch, okay, another one is actually Elevance Health. Okay, Elevance Health is also a beaten down stock. So you can see, you know, when is the date that I mentioned? It is actually 24th July, late July, there about late July already. Okay, so I see that there was a lot of bullish premium. So the net bullish premium, it is actually positive. So more so-called smart money are buying into Elevance Health. Okay, the net delta contract, delta back imbalance, meaning that, okay, the directional view, whether they are net bullish or net bearish, okay. All right, so net positive delta or net negative delta. So in fact, there is also a lot more bullish delta, which means that they are bullish, okay. So unusual activity and such. So I say that, you know, the institutions are actually pressing for upside. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, there are structure saying that, you know, resolve the range, okay, paying out for up to 8 to 12% swing by then. Okay, so you know, selling put means that they're actually bullish on this Elevance Health over there. So if you actually take a look at ELV, okay, you can see that, you know, it somewhere around here, okay, 24th, actually, yeah, somewhere around here, okay. It takes some time, but it didn't go down lower, so after that, continue to go higher. So personally, I am into Elevance Health as well. So this is a good case study over there, looking at options flow, okay, to help us see where the smart money it is going. In fact, okay, for the United Health over here, this is my Telegram bot over there, United Health. Nowadays, for those who still haven't joined my SVI Alpha bot for the current members, in fact, right now I put in the data into the bot itself. So you can see over there, actually prior to that, okay, the bullish data over here, okay, here, this, where is it? Okay, September onwards to November, it is actually pretty bullish as well. So we shall see how it goes into the late September onwards lah. Okay, all right. So these are the data I put inside, okay, into the Alpha group as well. So another one that I caught, okay, it is actually the Chinese stock market. So just two case study over there. So this is the options flow. Let me just search for PDD, Pinduoduo. Okay, how many of you have heard of 拼多多 before? You heard of 拼多多? Okay, just type PDD into the comments. Okay. All right. Is it too late to go in now since it has dropped a lot from its peak? Which are you referring to, Adrian? Is it the United Health and such? Okay. PDD, okay, you can see over there, PDD, 7th of August, okay, at the start of August, I already mentioned already, okay. Bullish premium, okay, a lot more, okay. The net delta, also bullish, okay. So, no, 30 to 60 DTE. DTE stand for days to expiration, okay. All right. So, cluster more on the 29th August heat map, so there is skewing net bullish, okay. So I say that as a summary, the institution paid for upside, okay. But just to let you know, PDD is actually not a seasonal stocks. It is more on my reading on options flow that caught my attention. So PDD, if you take a look here, PDD, okay. All right, so not too bad. When I first mentioned, okay, it is somewhere around here, okay, somewhere around here, okay. So it just also go higher. So once again, I just want to let you know my time frame, okay. My time frame is more of a swing trade, okay, swing trade, holding for a few days to 2 weeks, that kind of thing. If I have decent profit, okay, then I am good enough to exit. So I don't like hold for a long term, that kind of thing, okay. So like for now, let's say if you ask me, okay, UNH, okay, I won't be holding for now, okay. It could be going higher, yes, but that will depending on whether there are more bullish options flow combining with the seasonal trend, etc. Okay, these are the few things that I look at. So once again, if you're interested to have more case study on this, okay, do register for my webinar tomorrow. So all this, I'll be actually sharing this in my SVI members as well. Okay, all right, so you can register for my webinar here. By the way, for those SVI member, you don't have to register for this webinar. Okay? You already know already. You already have the tools and the data already. So imagine, okay, you know exactly what to look at when the times come every single week. At least you know what stocks to zoom in at, okay, and such, okay. I think that is the best, as clear as a crystal ball, the next best thing compared to a crystal ball already, okay. All right, so any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, before I continue, let me take a seat. If you have a question, okay, type into the chat over here. Let me have a recap. I think just before my last week break, the week before that, okay, I mentioned one of the trade ideas, okay, based on seasonal trade ideas, okay. Hey, Mary, it is inside the Alpha group chat. Alpha group chat, Mary, you are inside also, okay. All right, Alpha group chat, okay, Alpha group chat, okay, under options flow over here. So don't ask me right now, Adrian, good or not. A bit tough to answer. So for now, I won't be chasing. Okay, it has gone up quite a bit already. So for me personally, I won't be chasing. Okay, I won't be chasing. Okay, all right, I won't be chasing. Yeah, Adrian, are you SVI members or not? Sorry, I cannot remember every single one of you. Adrian, are you SVI member? Okay, if you are SVI member, just type yes. Okay, if you are not, just type no lah. Okay. So the week before my last week break, okay, I mentioned about this bearish idea on pound. There is a GBP USD over there. I said this was a bearish trade ideas over there. So when I first mentioned it was here. So let me go to GBP. Okay. Not yet means you are joining soon now. Okay, so GBP, where is it? Okay. So when I first mentioned, it was here. Okay, I think 4th of August, it was here. So I said that there is a bearish seasonal period over there. Okay, so I said that maybe watch out for this one, but you need to understand that I always say that there is the price action that you need to watch out for. So the price action must tally, okay, must confirm with the seasonal data over here. Okay, so after that, okay, the market just continue. Maybe I do a naked chart over there. So the market just continue to go higher. So there's no trigger for me to go for a sell short over there. So maybe you said that, oh, okay, maybe there could be some shorting opportunity there when the market start to come down, that kind of thing over here. Okay, but if you add in my usual indicator, okay, do you realize that, okay, after that, okay, it actually went past the CPR, the pivot point over here, go higher, come down. So the pivot point will be acting as a relatively strong support over there. So, once it passed certain level, okay, it is not my interest. I don't really want to short that thing, even though the seasonal data might be pointing now. So of course, right now, we're actually ending really. The seasonal data, it is actually, the period is ending really. So as of now, okay, I won't be shorting this pound, okay, even though it might come down, okay, that kind of thing, but I won't be interested to short right now. Okay, so just to let you know, price action still need to tally, okay. So today, okay, once again, I'll be sharing with you another trade idea. Okay, again, this doesn't mean that it will go up or down or 100% sure win. Okay, this example, it is not a sure win. You still need to watch the price action. Okay, how many of you are interested to know what is this trade ideas for this week? Okay, if you're interested, okay, just type yes in the comments. Okay, this is I'll give you a clue. Okay, I'll give you a clue. This is a commodity. It's a commodity, and it starts with letter C. You want to guess or not? Okay, it is not crude oil. It is not crude oil. Letter C. Letter C, but not crude oil. Guess any commodity or not? Okay, before let me just grab my data over here. For the members, I think you know already lah. Okay, yeah, it is actually jargon, corn. Okay, corn. Okay, corn. Okay, corn. Okay, corn. It is actually ZC over here. This is the futures. Okay, before I go into the chart, let me share with you this. So this is actually a bullish trade ideas. So that I need to be very clear. Okay, again, I'm not asking you to buy or sell or whatever it is. This is just based on historical track record over there. Okay, 22nd of August, okay, to 2nd of October for the past 10 years. Okay, 90% of the time it went up during this period. So in fact, I told my members about corn today also. So for the public, I will just share with you one idea lah. Okay, so this is just corn. So this is just corn over there. All right, so if you take a look at the SVI Alpha board, which the new members, they will have here. Okay, so if you take a look at corn over here. Okay, so corn over there. Corn. Yup. 22nd of August to 2nd of October. Okay, bullish. Okay, past 10 years. So trading this is taken from my data over here. So if you take a look at the data, so you can see that the corn here, it is actually, where is it? Okay, corn has been in a downtrend, okay, for a while. I think previously, I think a number of months ago, I think is it two months ago, I talked about corn being a bearish seasonal asset class. Yeah, do I still have this? Yes, can you see over there? In June to August. So this worked out pretty well. So you can see over there, mid-June, around mid-June onwards to late August. See, obviously, mid-June to late August, 13th of August, over here, late June, mid-June, somewhere around here to 13th of August, June, there about, kind of not, okay. Once again, this is because, okay, the price action, okay, confirm with the seasonal data. So price action must confirm. Doesn't mean that you just follow blindly the seasonal data over there. So it must confirm. So what right now, do be aware that corn right now, it is actually still in a downtrend. Okay, but if you take a look at some of these momentum indicator, okay, or overbought oversold indicator, it is having a bullish divergence right now, okay? All right. So this one over there, you can see that today, previously, futures in the morning was actually quite bearish, huh? Okay. All right. So you can see over there, once again, there is a bullish hammer stick trapping people to go long. As I said, I don't like candlestick pattern, bullish candlestick, especially go up a little bit, come down, go back up. So those who actually long, you can stop out. Once again, you can see over there, there is a bearish candlestick pattern, thinking that, oh, this is a downtrend, see a bearish candlestick shooting star, and it is in line with the previous resistance level over there. This is a support turn resistance level. Okay, I'll go short. Yeah, short, depending where I take profit lah. But if you shorted, didn't take profit, okay, and then go back up, most likely right now you are in a losses right now. So I don't trade candlestick pattern. Huh? So once again, if you see any guru, okay, keep talking about candlestick pattern, there is only two possibility. Okay, number one, okay, he is a content creator. He's just a purely content creator. He make content for the sake of making content, because that is what amateur traders want to watch and read. So no choice. Okay, they have to create such video content to lure people to watch their YouTube video and such. Okay, nonsense candlestick pattern charts. Okay, but no choice. They have to make it. Okay, because that's what people want to hear. Okay. Second, okay, he is not a real trader. Okay, not a real trader. Okay, not a real trader. Okay, he doesn't really trade. So for those who have been trading for the longest time, okay, I can assure you, after a while, you realize that just following candlestick pattern doesn't work. Okay, if following candlestick pattern can work, everybody will be rich. Okay, I'm not sure whether you agree with me. I keep saying this. Okay, I don't trade candlestick pattern. I'm not saying that you cannot trade candlestick pattern. Just that I think the edge is not there. Okay, the edge, there's no edge in there. But having said that, okay, I'm talking too much outside of this. Okay, yeah. So this is the con. So once again, there are a few possibilities that you can take a look. I don't think most of you will trade the con futures lah. So trading directly the con futures, you can skip. Okay, CFD, you can take a look. Okay. All right, so the CFD provider that MarketWise Asia has sponsored before, that kind of thing. Okay, they sponsor an event. Okay, they are all okay. They are MAS regulated. You can try that. Okay, so CFD broker, they have a con CFD. Alternative, you can trade the con ETF. So the con ETF, it is actually just con, CORN, con. Okay, con. This one, Fulcrum Con ETV, which is the ETF lah. Okay, so today it is actually still pretty bullish out there. Okay, but I need to share with you that it is still over in a downtrend. Okay, let's say, I'm not saying that price will definitely go up. Let's say if really price does go higher, okay, then the pivot point level here will be acting as a resistance level. So that will be acting as a resistance level. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is just one trade idea. Clear so far? Okay, if you are clear, okay, just type letter C in the comments over here. Okay, so this is another trade idea. So any other questions so far? Just nice, 55 minutes, okay, 1 hour, short, sweet, and sharp, to the point. Okay, don't want to talk too much lah. Just to the point over here. Okay, so for the SVI members, I think I mentioned quite a number of things, so you still need to go and check out the things. Okay, and of course you can also do a screen using the SVI Alpha bot here. Do the screen over there, but obviously I won't be sharing here right now. I won't be showing here, but you can do a screen. Okay, all right. So any questions so far? Okay, so once again, for those who want to see how I combine seasonal data with options flow, you can register for my webinar tomorrow. Unlock the secret pattern seeder in the market. Okay, tomorrow 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Zoom online. Yeah, This is the pointers that I will cover. And of course, I mentioned more case study, a lot more case study, share with you more of the options flow and also the seasonal data as well. I'll post the link in the comments. For those who are still watching, if you find that I give good content, you find value, okay, do subscribe and follow our YouTube channel and also our Facebook page as well. And for the rest, okay, I've come to the end of the session. If you find value in today's session, okay, just type letter V in the comments, okay, so that I know that you enjoy my session, you find it valuable, you find it useful, and such, or simply you just want to support me, okay, because I'm just inside this room, talking to myself to a wall, that kind of thing over there, okay. All right, so with that, thank you so much. All right, so I will see you again next week. With that, good night, 晚安, and bye bye.